My name is Anthony Jung, and I'm the executive chef of retail dining here at the University of Massachusetts. And today I'm going to show you how to make Korean lettuce wraps. So let's take a look at some of the ingredients we'll be utilizing in today's recipe. I've got some Korean medium grain rice there. I've got my little pot here that I really enjoy making rice in here. It's just the right size and the lid covers all nice and tight. I've got some Napa cabbage here, which was grown in the permaculture garden at Franklin. I've got a large piece of ginger. I've got some jalapenos here, also from the permaculture garden. And normally I would be making this recipe with Korean chilies. However, I know it's sometimes hard for people to source those chilies, so I'm gonna use jalapenos instead. They're very similar. I've got some garlic here. I've got some Korean pepper flakes here, and this is the coarse variety. And I've got some scallions here. And pretty much the star of the show is our beautiful black sea bass here that we're partnering with our Wicked Fish in Massachusetts Marine Fisheries to source more local fish. And so this recipe is going to utilize this beautiful black sea bass. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to put the rice in the pot here. Get it right in there, okay. And what we'll do is we're going to bring this over to the sink over here. And one of the things we want to make sure is that we rinse this rice. Now there's different opinions about how often you should rinse the rice, whether it's 3 times, 5 times, 7 times. And really, probably the most important thing is that you want the rice to run clear, that we're removing the talc that's on the rice. And what happens is when the rice rubs against each other, it causes that talc. And often, that's not really desirable in Asian cooking. However, it's really desirable when you're making risotto. You actually want that creaminess. So it's just a different thought process. This one tends to have a little bit more stickiness and a little cleaner texture compared to risotto, which is obviously very rich and creamy. So, okay. And one of the things is with cooking rice is often you don't have to measure the water, and you can use a little trick of using your finger joint, and that looks good here, fairly clear. And if it comes up to that first knuckle, you should have enough water. Or you can measure, and it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So let's get this over to the stove over here. Just put it right down there, and let's go get that lid that we have over here. Okay, so we might make sure we have a nice tight seal there. And I'm gonna bring this, bring up to medium-high here. And once it comes up to a boil, I'm gonna lower it down to medium-low. And then just simmer it for roughly 20 minutes or until it's fully cooked. All right, so I brought over a bamboo steamer, and this is what we're gonna steam the fish in. And first, we're gonna line it with some Napa cabbage that came out of the permaculture garden. So you can see it's really, really beautiful. And this is just gonna be a barrier between the fish and the bamboo steamer, so the fish doesn't stick to the steamer, okay? So let's get this over to the side, and let's crush up some garlic. And it doesn't have to be chopped, just a nice rough little, oopsie. Okay, put that to the side here. And slice up the jalapenos, and I actually like cutting them on a little bit of a bias here. They don't have to be perfect or uniform. Oh, these guys are absolutely fantastic. They have a great aroma here. All right, so I'll put those guys there. And I'm just gonna give the ginger a nice little slice. The ginger you actually don't have to peel because we're not chopping it up and it's not going into sauce. It's here just to really perfume while the fish steams. Okay, and the same thing with the scallions here. Just gonna give them a little slice on the bias. Again, mainly it's just to open up the cell walls here so it can release its great flavor. Okay, so I'm gonna put those off to the side here. And what I'm going to do is just talk about the fish real quick. Again, it's a beautiful black sea bass. And what I've done is I've taken a pair of kitchen shears and taken off the dorsal fin here, and that's one of the things you really have to be careful because it does have these little spines that stick out that are very dangerous. I trimmed off the tail fin as well, and I took the head off as well, so it can fit into our steamer here. So let's score the fish. Okay, and I'm just going to make a couple slices across the body here. And really, this is just to open it up a little bit so we can get some great flavor from those aromatics into the fish as it's steaming. All right, so take that off. We'll just put the fish right in the center here. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put our scallions around it. Same thing with the ginger. We'll tuck some of this stuff underneath it as well. Put those jalapenos right in here. And our crushed garlic. So you can see it looks really, really great, really, really flavorful. And I'm going to add a little bit of the chili flakes here. And I can hear my rice. Okay. So the rice has come up to a boil, and I'm going to shut that heat off, and I'm going to actually move it to a different element here. And then I am going to put it on medium low here. And the reason why is this particular stove stays hot even though you lower the temperature. So that would actually keep boiling until it finally cooled down, unlike a gas stove, which cools down immediately. So for this, I just want to start on a different burner, and this will recover that steam or that simmer. So, okay, so then back to here. So you can see our fish looks just absolutely beautiful, and it's ready to hit the hot water. All right, so let's bring the fish over to the water here, and I've got some boiling water in my cast iron pan here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put this right on top. All right, let's grab cover here, and I'm just gonna lower the heat just from a full boil to medium high, so that there's a good simmer. This should take about 12 to 15 minutes or so. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make sure I temp the interior temperature to make sure it gets above 145 degrees. And our rice should be just about done. Yeah, perfect. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that off. Just put this off to the side, and then I'll show you the next step. Fish sauce here. I've got again another jalapeno from the permaculture garden. I've got some garlic here. I think I only need 1 clove though. I got some Korean red pepper flakes again, and some sesame seeds. So let's chop that garlic and jalapeno. And I won't need the whole jalapeno, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut it right around the seeds. So I think maybe I need about half. Okay. And some seeds did get some seeds here, but that's all right. Just get those off to the side here. And I'm just going to give this a little chop. Turn it around there. A small little dice. Okay. And one of the things I'm going to be sure to do is wash my hands after I'm done chopping these jalapenos. There's a good amount of capsaicin in the jalapenos, and that's what makes it spicy. And those things stick to your skin, so if you're going to rub your eye or your nose or what have you, it's going to get into and cause a burning sensation. And then actually that's what happens in your mouth. It's not your taste buds that perceive the flavor or taste, I should say, of the jalapeno. It's actually nerve endings in your mouth firing. So just a quick little fun fact there. Okay, so the garlic, let's give this a quick little slice here. And again, I'm just going to give this a fine little chop. Okay, just mix these two together. Alright, let's get it right into our container here. Alright, so then we're going to add the chili flakes, and the sesame seeds, and the fish sauce. There we are. All right, so let's take a look at our fish, and you can see I've already put the insert thermometer into the fish, and we're like at 150 degrees, which is perfect. All right, so then what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna put the camera down a second here, and take the fish out. I'm gonna shut off the heat here, and I put it on a pizza pan so it can catch any drippings there. Looks great. Looks really, really great. So, all right, so let's show you what else I brought over. So I've got some homemade kimchi right here. Of course, this is the fish sauce that we made. This is our rice there, and I've got some red leaf lettuce here. So I guess, yeah, it's time to eat. So normally I don't do this, but I think today I've got to show you one of the shots where I definitely gobble up some of the food that I made here. So let's get making. So I've got our beautiful, beautiful red leaf lettuce here, and I'm just going to turn up the ends a little bit. Okay. I'm going to take my spoon, and I'm going to grab some of this beautiful cooked rice here, right into the center. And I'm going to put some fish sauce right onto the rice there. A little bit of kimchi. Okay, right into the middle. And I'm just gonna flake just a little bit of this fish. And one of the great things about black sea bass is it really does taste like striped bass and other fishes, but it's absolutely sustainable. All right, so let me grab a little bit more in there. And if you want, you can add these guys as well. So I'll put a jalapeno in there and a little bit of scallion in there. Okay. Ooh. And with lettuce wraps, there's really no nice way to eat them. So you really just have to just go in, add them. Really delicious. Fish is perfectly cooked. Just a blend of these really, really great flavors. One last bite. I go in for a little bit more fish. Just really delicious. All right, so there you have it. And again, I want to thank our partners, our Wicked Fish in Massachusetts Marine Fisheries for partnering with us.